Amigos de Síntesis, tengo el placer de platicar en esta ocasión con Doug Lip. First of all, thank you very much for being with us here in Tijuana and to having this opportunity to talk about this book and to everybody, because I think we can learn. Not only Disney employees, everybody can learn about this. Y es un libro el que está presentando Doug que se llama Universidad Disney y habla acerca de la forma en la que operan o trabajan con sus empleados, cómo el personal es tan importante para una empresa como Disney y que ese sea su sello, que por eso tengan tanto éxito. Y Doug, al menos lo que dice desde el principio del libro o en la portada, es que todo mundo debería aplicar lo que aquí o lo que se enseña en la Universidad Disney aplica para todas las compañías. Doug, and I'm telling everybody that what they teach at Disney University could benefit every company in the world, not only Disney. Well, it had worked for 60 years now. This is the 60th anniversary of Disneyland. Yeah,
yep.
It has worked for 60 years, and starting with that, there was a vision. Walt had a vision, and right before, well, months before the park opened, he knew people were going to be the most important thing in the park.
Exactly. Alejandro, you've summarized it perfectly, and Walt was brilliant in that he knew where his strengths were and also where his strengths were not. So he was an architect of things and ideas, and he needed a human architect, and that human architect was a man, Van France, who started the Disney University.
You worked, tú trabajaste en Disney, y cómo fue que nació la idea de hacer este libro? Did you work in the company? How did the idea to write about this came to be?
The reason I wrote this book was nobody knows who Van France is. And many companies, like you said earlier, try to create the equivalent of a university or a training department, and it doesn't succeed. And so I thought the essence of success for every organization was started by Walt Disney and by Van France, and many of the men and women that I interviewed for Disney U were my mentors, and they worked directly with Van France, as did I. They worked directly with Walt Disney, and I thought those lessons needed to be revealed.
Claro, definitivamente. Cuando vamos al parque y vamos a otros parques, sí se nota la diferencia en la gente, en la sonrisa. Everybody's always smiling. The way that they really for someone that goes to the park, it makes the difference.
Right.
Is it something that's cultural, that everybody that goes into Disney goes through this training and they need to learn this?
The smiles are because of pixie dust. Actually, it's a really important component, Alejandro. It's the culture of the company. Mm-hmm. So you hire the right people. You make sure that they understand the culture. So you hire right, and then you train right, and then you treat right with respect. And so what I write about in Disney U is about creating a culture based on values. The training is just secondary. And too many organizations try to train without culture, without values. So that's why Disney, compared to competitors, is so successful, is those values have been solid for so many decades.
6 now.
Yes.
And there's a Disney U in every theme park?
Exactly.
They all need to learn this. And you worked when Tokyo was opening.
Yes.
You were working to open Disney U in that park?
Exactly. We had Japanese trainees who came to the United States for 6 months, a year, 18 months to learn the operational structure and the values. And then when they went back to Japan, we collaborated with them to create a park that represented the best of Disneyland, but also took into account some of the unique cultural components of Japan.
Of course.
And the same thing with the Disney University. We made sure that it reflected Disney values with a Japanese twist.
Of course, because it's going to be on that country and it's to reflect also their values.
Right.
So that's important.
Right.
And algo muy interesante, bueno, vamos a conocer la historia de hasta cierto punto de Van France. No es una biografía de él, pero más bien es reconocer el trabajo que hizo y por qué ha sido importante para la compañía. Pero después empieza a haber lecciones. How much this will teach us what the university teach. I know that in the beginning of the book and the prologue and everything, you will learn about Van France and the importance of this culture of Disney.
Right.
But after that, are there lessons? Will we get to learn, or what's the twist of the book?
The twist of the book is there are lessons. There are 13 chapters, and I call the chapters lessons. The reason I use 13 is because 13 was Walt's favorite number. So I was determined to have 13 lessons. But after each lesson, I review, and then I ask the reader to question, how will they bring this to life? So as a trainer myself, I'm thinking, knowledge is one thing, but how do you apply this in your company? And the primary message within Disney U is about the values and the culture that you've created. The ideas are applicable in any organization, large or small, for-profit, not-for-profit. I've had my clients around the world write to me and talk to me about how they have applied these fundamental concepts in their businesses.
Perfecto, eso es muy interesante. Usted puede adquirir este libro en general, sea o no sea fanático de Disney, sea o no fanático de su cultura, y lo puede aplicar a cualquiera que sea su compañía o lo que vaya a desarrollar. Y ya para casi terminar esta entrevista, and we're almost done with this interview, but I want to talk about the fun part of it, of working in Disney. Of all the parks that you visit, which one is your favorite?
Disneyland.
Definitely.
Yes.
Your favorite?
Disneyland is where Walt Disney walked the streets.
Of course.
And he spent the night in the apartment above the fire station. So his spirit is alive there. It's alive everywhere else, but Walt walked the park there.
More in that park,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What part did you work? Specifically on university, Disney University?
I
when you
worked in the
there?
university, and our first office for Tokyo Disneyland, our planning office, was directly above Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
so
nice.
we had these beautiful apartments that were designed by Walt Disney to entertain corporate clients.
Yes.
So we had very ornate offices right above the Pirates, and so we felt connected to the
In
front
Disneyland.
lines. In Disneyland, yes.
Yeah, of course. And your favorite ride? Do you have a favorite moment
Absolutely,
or to be in the park? Or, I don't know,
absolutely.
probably it isn't a ride. Probably is something to do in the park. What's your favorite thing?
Well, no, actually my favorite ride is actually Pirates of the Caribbean.
Because of that.
Well, because of where we worked, and also
Yes.
when I worked on Pirates, you could be really aggressive, and people just thought you were being a good pirate, right?
course,
You
yeah.
can say, "Rrr, get in the boat," and they think you're being a good pirate.
Get in the boat, that's
The spirit of that ride I really enjoyed, and Walt Disney had a direct hand in creating that attraction. It opened after he passed away,
Yeah.
but he was involved right up until it started.
The last attraction he supervised,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Perfect, Doc. But thank you very much for your time and for this book. Sincerely, I think it will benefit a lot of people. Not only if you like the Disney culture, I think it will do a lot for companies.
Well, I'm honored to have been given the chance to talk with you about this, and I'm honored that so many people at Disney trusted me to open up and share their heartfelt ideas about the Disney culture. So the people that I write about in this book are true legends.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Doc.
My pleasure.
Muchísimas gracias. Continuamos.